Welcome to episode 9 of Paranormal Experiences and Supernatural Occurrences, Incidences that I have had. I told you guys in our last episode that we were going to be going back to Panther Creek in Lane County, Oregon, which this was 4 or 5 years ago, I guess. Maybe 6 years ago. Anyway, somewhere in there, 4 to 6 years ago, I'd guesstimate. And we decided that we were going to once again go out to stargaze, and we were pulled off on the side of Panther Creek. And this area, it was like, it's kind of like it forks into a Y and it comes around a corner. And in the corner, there's kind of a dirt pullout. And where the Y is in the split of the road, it's one part stays asphalt and the other part is gravel. And a lot of this leads up back into log roads, and so there are a lot of log roads that run around there in parallel to each other. And it's, a pretty active area for logging and things like that. So, you expect that you might see log trucks or things of that nature, but it was late at night, so usually most of the gates or things like that and all the people in the crew have gotten out by then. And we were just sitting there, and we were talking and listening to music, and it's really dark, thick woods there. You can't really, for wanting to go stargazing, we were parked in this spot at this time, which was not exactly the best place to see stars, but we were just kind of just taking a break there for a moment, having the smoke, and hanging out and enjoying each other's company, which, again, this is my ex-boyfriend, not my current boyfriend. I have no current boyfriend, just for those of you who might be curious. I am fully single. But at this time, I was fully engaged to someone, which happened to be him. Anyway, we were talking and enjoying each other's company, as a couple might do out in the woods. And I noticed this kind of glowing white light off in the distance, like maybe 20 feet deep into the thicket of the forest on my side of the vehicle. And he's parked where he is, I'm off the shoulder of the road, and he's in the driver's seat, so he's more on the road. And I pull on his sleeve, and I'm like, "Hey, do you see that?" And I point it out to him, and he sees a little bit of glow, and we keep watching, and all of a sudden the glow kind of draws and moves across, and it forms into like an orb, circular shape. And it's very bright and glowing, like 20 feet into the thicket, so you can see it some far distance away. And it's just hovering. But the way that it's hovering, it's like off the ground, at least 10 feet off the ground. And then all of a sudden, another one shifts from this side, but it's smaller. It's probably about half the size of the first one, which is probably, it looked to be pretty large from a distance, but I would guesstimate like basketball size. And then the other one I would say was more like softball size. And we see this, and he goes, "Those are orbs. I am out of here." And he just peeled out of the area, which was a common response that he had whenever he didn't want to stick around to see what was going to happen next. But we seen those two orbs that night on Panther Creek, and then we drove back out of the forest and went back home, and we were just kind of aghast because there was no camps out there. It was just black, thick, dark, old growth forest, and there was no kind of indication that it could have been flashlights. It wasn't like a beam of light like that, or it was just like white light in the distance in the forest, and then it formed into this orb shape, and then another one came and joined it, and we took off before anything further happened. So I don't know if the first one was going to join together or what was going to happen, but it seemed rather extraterrestrial and like a luminary beam. And he had actually had a few incidences that had happened with him, and he had a ghost attachment too, so I think that actually made him a little bit hypersensitive. I might have continued to watch if it were up to me. Of course, I was more or less just kind of stunned and unsure what to make of what I had seen, but I know that it was definitely a white orb, and then that second one he saw join it because I had seen the first one. Anyway, I have a couple of more stories to share with you guys about this, but that knocks another one off the docket that I thought I would share tonight. And I hope that you guys are having a lovely weekend and that you are safe and celebrating responsibly for this Labor Day, and that you do something that will make you smile and remind you that even though there's all these crazy things going on around us at any given point, whether that be related to the wildfires or the hurricanes and the natural disasters that we've been having crazily this year, make it a good September, and make sure you take the time to take time for yourself and make memories that will make you smile and bring joy to the moments in your lives, because life is precious and it is finite and it is what you make of it. So till my next paranormal story, you guys stay safe, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye.